Weather-Wise is brought to you by Centex Roof Systems, your hometown roofer.
Welcome to Weather-Wise. I'm meteorologist Zavian Colón. Severe weather season is upon us, and we're starting to see some more dry lines and frontal boundaries that pack a punch. You might even see this activity coming this weekend from a dry line coming into the central Texas region. So before we get hit with some of the activity, let's break down some of these weather factors. The basics of a dry line are comprised of a frontal slope that moves east during the day and west during the night. With that being said, we're more likely to see severe weather during the day. In addition to the slope, dry air is denser than moist air, and as the moist air runs into the dry air, it rises. Along with the dry versus the moist air, the winds behind the dry line are usually westerly winds, and the winds in front of the dry line are southerly winds. The winds being pushed up by the slope of the dry line cause the air to start to rise. When this happens, the lift given to start to create the storms, something we could see on this coming weekend. Shifting gears to some calmer weather, this stationary front has little or no slope movement developing, unlike the dry line. When there is no movement, the warm air rises due to its nature with the potential of strong lift because of the little movement and lack of slope development. The interesting thing about stationary lines is that the wind behind and in front of the stationary boundaries are parallel, which causes the front not to move in either one way or the other. With calm conditions and stationary front moves into the area, the weather stays relatively stable because there is little or no frontal movement and little to no slope frontal boundary. If you have any other questions about dry lines, stationary fronts, or any other weather questions, email them to me and they may be answering the next one on Weather-Wise. In the studio, I'm meteorologist Zavian Colón.